عدنا من جديد في المورنينج، وهذه الصور التي نراها في الشاشة هي للفنانة روبي بوكابو، والتي هي معنا اليوم في الاستوديو، وأسعد أن نستضيف روبي. Welcome.
صباح الخير.
صباح الخير. And thank you for accepting our invitation. We'll just start with the question, why? Well, first of all, just give a brief introduction about yourself. Who is Robi Boukabou? Because we have Robi, which is an Occidental name, and Boukabou, which is Arabic and Algerian.
Mm-hmm. So Ruby, actually, my full name is Robila. So it's a name from East Algeria, from Guelma.
Okay, so it's Algerian as well.
Algerian also, but Robila means Ruby in English. And so my mother's from Australia, and my father's from Guelma, and my grandfather came from Gigel. So I came here several years ago for the first time for 4 days.
This was your first time in Algeria?
It was, about 7 years ago, but just for 4 days, just to meet my cousins, my aunts, my uncles. Whirlwind of colours and flavours and couscouses.
And what's bring you to Algeria today?
So I've come back, the last couple of years I've been coming back. I got my passport. So I have a green passport.
Well, Algerian, you're officially Algerian.
It's expired. I need to do another one next week. So I'm here for three reasons. The first reason is just to discover Algeria, to discover what it means to be Algerian, and to collaborate with Algerian artists, musicians, dancers, singers, directors, to discover what it means to live in this country, and to understand where I come from, the kind of eternal source.
Your roots, in other ways.
Yeah. So, and also so I work as a tap dancer. So I'm bringing my group, Le Shuffle Project, out so that we can do some concerts and collaborate with Algerian musicians. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm kind of setting that up, and then also setting up a few TV shows. So I've been meeting with the different channels, and working with my cousin, Linda Boukabou, who I've met through Facebook a few years ago, and found out she was living in Paris, and she came from Gigel, but she grew up in Gigel. Unlike me, so she speaks Arabic. She knows the country, and so we're working together on a few different cultural TV shows. So just setting up, and I'm very looking forward for all the setup to be done, so we can get back to having fun.
We can consider you as an artist, as a professional tap dancer, as a musician, if I may say. And you also worked as a cultural reporter or correspondent for Australian channels, but today you're trying to bring the tap dance culture to Algeria.
Yeah.
How was the experience? Because you had an event a few days ago here in Algeria. How was it?
Yeah, great. So I've been teaching tap just because I like to. It's a way in which I can give something. So I've been teaching tap. I've been teaching at Sobi Fitness Center, which is in Audin, and then I'll be teaching in Guelma and Eva, and it's not just tap. It's more the skills that I've learnt through tap dance. So, which is for me, tap is it's how to listen better, how to listen to yourself, how to listen to your own rhythms, how to dialogue with other people. We did an exercise that was fun, that we were in a circle and we were doing rhythms, and then some people were following, some people less.
It's hard to follow.
Yeah, it's because people get nervous. So as soon as they stop getting nervous, I'm like, it's simple. Let's, in a circle, we were doing just syllables. I'm like, let's do something in French. J'aime les claquettes.
Okay.
J'en ai marre. And then in Arabic, ana gelmiya. Legya. and just so teaching tap, not for people, if people want to become professional tap dancers, that's great, but also just to use the skills that tap gives us to help listen to each other, rhythms. And
as we can see through the screen, you've been to Egypt, and
yes.
This is part of projects as well?
Well, I went to Egypt just because I'd never been before.
Okay.
And I went because in my cultural journalist career, I cover cooking, culture and travel.
Okay.
So I went for the film festival because I do
Egypt.
lots of cinema. I interviewed lots of actors and directors.
Let us share with the viewers a few moments of this experience in Egypt. Let's see some of these images. So I think you have music in your blood.
I think the camels were part of that scene. I mean,
it's a cappella with no music, no rhythms around you, and you've been dancing.
Yeah, well, this is a classic because in tap we either improvise or we choreograph or we use classic steps. So this step that I did is a very classic step called the BS chorus, which is what the old tappers used to do at the end of a show. The bullshit chorus.
Yeah, I was going to say, but yeah.
So it's a very classic step. And I just saw this pyramids behind, no tourists. It's like the upside of the tourist crisis. And luckily I was with the film crew, because not a film crew, we were visiting Algiers with the people from the festival. Threw my tablet at someone and said, I have to do this.
In order to understand tap dancing, we have to understand the shoes. Because
the history. Do you want
the history of shoes. First of all, what is, or how we can consider shoes to be adequate for tap dancing?
Okay, so tap didn't used to. So these are my tap shoes.
Okay.
And these are 2 plates. So tap started with the West African slaves that were taken to America.
So it's an African culture.
It's African American.
Okay.
So the slaves were taken to America. They took away the drums, and so they transposed the rhythms to their feet. And then when they had the day off on Sunday, they used to imitate the waltzes of the Irish Anglo-Saxons, and then they merged the African rhythms with the Irish English dances.
European, okay.
Yeah, which then went to Broadway, which then went to Hollywood. But before they didn't have plates. It was just with shoes. And then
normal shoes.
They added the plates just so that the sound was
louder.
Exactly. So you can tap with boots, you can tap with
anything.
You can sand dance. Guillermo Alonso runs a dance school, a tap school in Barcelona, and he does sand dancing. So it's it was another dance. It was tap dance and also sand dance, where you can put sand on the ground and it makes.
It makes a different sound.
Yeah. So we might do that later in the Sahara.
Yeah, to bring. It's part of all the projects you're doing here in Algeria. So this was the first time you're trying to initiate people to learn about tap dancing. Are you planning to do something else?
Yeah, I have a group in Paris called Le Shuffle Project. So it's 2 guitarists, Alex Stewart and Daniel Hunter, and another tap dancer, Mbango Bear. So we do like a fusion of jazz and world music. But it's each time we invite new musicians, so we change the style each time. So we're going to come to Algeria and we're going to incorporate some Algerian musicians so that we can learn from them, they can learn from us. It came out of jam sessions before we yeah.
How I may say that? Didn't you think about trying to merge Algerian culture with this culture and all what you discovered through your journey in order to bring new music or new arts?
Yeah, well, we will be collaborating with the different musicians and also artists. I mean, for now, as Roxanne Butterfly, one of my tap masters, always says, we live in a world of fusion. So, I mean, most things that we most art forms, it's hard to find very pure art forms. And what's exciting is about mixing them together, for me anyway. So yeah, getting an Algerian rhythm, trying to put a tap beat on top of it, maybe adding a trumpet or
different instruments.
Yeah, it's exciting. And then so I'll be also traveling around and learning about different Algerian rhythms. For me, rhythm is very, very important. It's something that you need to get through the day. It's your breathing. At the base, it's your heartbeat.
Everything can be considered rhythm.
Everything is rhythm.
If you have the ear to listen to that.
Yeah.
Or even you can feel it with something else. If we're gonna go back to Ruby the person, your first time, and it was a few years ago here in Algeria, but let's talk about your experience in Algeria, with Algerians. With food as well.
With food.
Let's go slowly with Algerians and then let's talk about food later.
Okay.
How was it about your experience?
I've had, you know, when I'm in Algeria, for some reason, I feel like I'm in a game of snakes and ladders. Do you know this game?
No.
It's a game for kids, and you have a dice, and you roll the dice, and you might get 7, and you might fall on a ladder.
Okay, it's like snake. Okay.
Yeah, so the ladder, and you go up, and suddenly you're in an amazing place with great people looking, and then you roll, and you fall on a snake, and you go, no. And then you're like, I'm getting out of this country. And then something happens, you're like, oh, wow. So
it's like you're discovering new things every day.
Yeah, and you never, each time I think I can't be surprised anymore, I'm surprised.
In which way? I mean, about people, about places, about...
Yeah, well, I've had both positive and negative experience. So let's talk about the positive.
Yeah, that's...
So I get on really well with the femme de ménage in the hotels. I find they're really authentic and fun and enthusiastic, and they teach me Arabic words and tell me what to wear. And really, I think the best thing, because the hotel industry has a lot of work to do, but the cleaning ladies are great.
That's good to start,
Yes.
because in some hotels, cleaning ladies are not very good.
Yeah, other problems we won't go into, but really, also often, like I've had some bad taxi driver experience, but others where chauffeurs that you suddenly start talking about the history of Algeria, and they're very passionate about their country, and they tell you things about the meaning
promote
of words.
the country.
Yeah.
But are you like, are you gonna be a good promoter about this country? Are you gonna go outside, overseas, try to advertise?
I've been writing some articles. So I write for Echorouk magazine, which is an Australian startup digital magazine. So I think it comes out tomorrow. Today, maybe? Yeah, but it's on internet. So it's a story about Oran. I was there for the film festival.
What's the name of it again?
Echorouk Mag.
Echorouk.
Echorouk.
Okay.
Which means less is a bore.
Okay.
It's a startup of Veronica Ridge that used to be a editor of one of the big papers in Australia, The Age.
Okay.
So it's her startup. And so I did a piece on gelma with a recipe for a shorba, jerry, gelma. And Gigel, I was at my cousin Miriam's house, and when she took me to her mother's house, and we made couscous noir au poisson.
You learned how to do it?
I watched.
Okay.
And I also ate about 20 miltrus with honey. I either don't eat. When I'm in Algiers, I said to someone, I lose 1 kilo a day. When I go east, I put on 1 kilo a day.
But you're gonna be here in Algeria for a few days.
Yeah. So now I'm actually doing my residency so that I can work here.
Okay.
So I'm talking to someone about a chat show, which is very exciting.
Come again?
A talk show.
A talk show. Okay.
Talk show. Yes, entertainment talk show.
It's gonna be here again.
Yes. And also, we're doing a cooking cultural show. So we're doing all the business side of it, which is very boring.
Exactly.
Very boring. So I can't wait to all that get signed, and so we can actually have fun.
Start with the fun part.
Yeah. So we're going to be traveling around Algeria and cooking and eating and making music.
You know that Algeria now is trying to promote its touristic part, to try to attract tourists around the world. Are you going to play a role in this strategy?
Well, hopefully
in the
our
future?
show, the show is for Algerian TV, one of the Algerian channels, and then we have a distribution worldwide.
Okay.
So we're just setting that all up and showing, because it's like when I tell people, I get very sick of people saying, "Are you safe? Are you okay? Are you?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm with a film crew of 200 people downstairs and we're eating an amazing shorba." And then we've got so it's nice to see a positive, exciting, beautiful,
country and
inspiring part of Algeria. Yes.
That's
So
good.
hopefully I'll be seeing more of that side.
Hopefully, yeah. And in the end, do you want to say something before we start? We end it with some practical lessons about tap dancing.
So, well, all my stuff I have on my website, which is rubytv.net or rubyboukabou.com. And then otherwise Facebook is Ruby TV, which is capital T, capital V, I-E, lowercase.
Okay, and they can find you on YouTube, all the
YouTube,
videos
Ruby
about
Boukabou,
your journey around the world.
Yep, exactly.
They can see all your experiences, Ruby's world,
Yes.
as you mentioned before.
And hopefully some more collaborations with more artists here that I'll be interviewing, collaborating with,
Okay,
dancing with.
hopefully. I have to thank you in the end. It was brief, it was very interesting to talk with you. You're Algerian, so you're in your house here. Let's go and see some of
I
tap
will show you.
dancing
Why don't
before
I show
ending
you?
it.
Because I'll be teaching, so this is, maybe if you come over here,
Okay, I'm just gonna watch actually.
you're,
Oh,
maybe.
my ear.
So, okay, so this is the shoe, as you can see,
Okay.
like a horse. So I'll just show you a little bit, but
Okay.
so I'll give you a mini class. Don't be scared.
Okay. Go
one,
slowly. on
One
me.
leg forward.
Right or left?
You can do mirror me, so you do your left.
Okay.
So we're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. واحد زوج ثلاثة أربعة خمسة ستة سبعة ثمانية.
Wait, 8.
Okay, yeah, now 4.
Okay.
واحد زوج ثلاثة أربعة واحد
زوج ثلاثة أربعة. I suck on that, but
2,
1,
2,
2,
1, 2,
2.
again 2,
1,
2,
2,
1,
1,
2, and then you get this leg and you put it over,
Oh
comes up,
god.
and you spin that way.
Okay, I'll let you do that. Okay.
You see? And so now I'll just show you a little bit. So you can just do the bass.
Okay, I'm just gonna watch
You just go
now.
like that. Keep the rhythm. You have to keep going.
Oh god,
Go,
no.
come on.
I'll let you do the finishing part. It's better. Ladies and gentlemen, Ruby Boukabou, thank you very much. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
Yes, let's go
And
train.
good luck. I'll try after that, and good luck in your career here in Algeria. I'll keep in touch with you and our viewers, and we'll finish our show with some of your videos and music. Thank you. Say bye.
Algiers.